They do aid you. Out of position, we've got three limpers. I sort of just want to punish them. You know, I want their limping range may be stronger than my hand, but I'm willing to, make them pay to limp with, with hands like ace X suited and pocket threes and stuff like that. And usually they get scared when an ace flops. So we'll put out a C bet here, which is actually going to be different than my usual C bets. And we get him to fold. Over here we have ace jack in the big blind once again, trying to punish the two limpers just to isolate them a bit. And we already know by this guy limping that he raises with ace 5, so his limping range could be, suited connectors or just regular unsuited connectors, but yeah. I think the reason why I sort of didn't do a regular C bet over here when I had the Queen Jack suited was because he's picking up. I think this guy, well, he might not be, but he could be picking up on my betting patterns with the re-raise bluff that he saw. Over here, it's hard to say. He could have ace7, ace4. He could also have a spade. If he does, that's just bad luck. But I generally like to put it all in here, just hoping he has a weaker ace. And you can see they like to chase. He has 33 cents left, and he couldn't complete that last bet. Was $1.51 in the pot. So hands like ace jack, although on the high limits they don't seem so good in the big blind, but here against obviously a player that raised with ace 5 offsuit and limps with worse than that, there's probably every chance that he had a weaker spade as well. So we'll just check this big blind with queen 6 off. We flop second pair with a pretty drawy board. What I like to do is I don't like to bet with the hand I have, because you're almost always going to get a caller from someone with a king, even just for the 10. Here's a prime example. This person here could possibly have ace rag, and this person here could have jack 10 or something like that. So you can see we would have turned 2 pair, but I just never really liked that situation. So yeah, he did have ace rag, and this guy had 10-8. So you can see the sort of hands that they play. He was playing for the king, or the 9, obviously. So yeah, if we stayed in the hand, a 2 pair would have got counterfeited on the end, and we would have only had queens and jacks with an ace. So it's always such a troubled situation that a lot of people get into when they don't need to. But as you can see here, I'm up to $2.30, so I generally just play it out. Sometimes I leave straight away, but this table's really, really bad, so we'll hang around and see if we can catch maybe another good hand before we go. So as you can see here, we've got someone who's just joined the table and opted to post. We'll just throw this away. It's not very strong situation, even on the button, that hand. Hands like that, a lot of people overplay the button with the hands they have. For instance, hands like ace four offsuit, or if there's if it comes around and there's one or two limpers, it's probably not a good idea to raise with that sort of a hand. In my opinion, we'll just fold that 8-2. So you can see now he's raising to 7 cents. So it could be an indication that he actually has a good hand now. Whereas he raised, I think it was 11 or 12 cents with the ace 5, and he's checked it. Now he's put in basically a pot size bet, which is, he's all in, and everyone folds. So he seems to be lingering around with, only 20 big blinds, and we'll just fold that one, and we'll get rid of that one. So yeah, I only really like to do 2 tables at once so I can get more information. I've tried 3 and 4, but generally isn't as profitable for me as 2 at the moment. I mean, I've only just started doing 2, so yeah. King Jack suited, pretty weak hand. Given the amount of people here that are playing a lot of hands, it's not a hand I'm usually willing to bet with or limp. But I haven't played too many hands where I've had the worst of it, and people are tending to see that. So I know there's going to be no respect, but we'll see what we can do with this hand, see if we can get in a spot. We flop top 2 with the draw out there. Generally, a lot of people will check this. It's almost never a good idea to check a pair, top 2 pair on this diamond and straight drawing board, because of all the, see, we get put in here. This guy's either got ace king, but we always have to call. And as you can see, he has a pair of 9s, and we take that down. And we're above $2 on this table. We'll just fold that, and we'll bring in some new tables. So I'll just stop this for a second and continue when we bring in more.